Man saw a car go straight into a ditch, but his first instinct was to run to the highway and pull out the nails instead of saving the lives of the people, because he planted the nails that caused the crash. At first he just spread the nails on the road, but they were often bounced off the road by big lorries, so he drilled holes in the road with a power drill, and then he planted the nails in the road. The reason he did this is because he owns an auto repair shop nearby. Cars that had their tires slashed by the nails had to be taken to his shop. That's how he made his dirty money. At first, Jack and his wife, Lisa, had a good life. Business was good because it was on a national highway. They had no problem supporting their family. But then a developer came here to build a project. Since the road was under construction, all the cars took the highway as a detour. The traffic flow has dropped drastically. There's no more business, so food is a problem. Now the trucks from the construction pass by his house every day. They often eat their food and eat dust at the same time. Jack couldn't stand it any longer, so he went to the construction site to ask the rich woman for compensation. But the rich woman didn't care about him. Jack started to make a scene and accidentally knocked down the rich woman's daughter. On his way home, he saw a car breaking down, so he was kind enough to check it out. Then he said all he had to do was change the valves. Later that night, the main character went to a convenience store for a drink, but was beaten up by Carl and his men. It turned out that the car was a business deal that Carl had already made. He tricked the owner into scrapping the car to make a fortune, but Jack ruined it. Because of the construction in the town, Jack was like a middle-aged unemployed man whose life had hit rock bottom. Without an income, his wife complained all the time, but soon there was a turnaround. That night, the garage got an unprecedented deal. A car's tire was punctured by a piece of iron. After replacing the tire, Jack saw that the man was rich, so he asked for more. The customer was reluctant to pay, but he couldn't afford to lose face in front of his girlfriend. Jack was happy to have a taste of money again. While packing up his tools, he suddenly looked at the iron on the scrap tire and thought of something. Thinking of his starving wife, Jack had an idea. So in the middle of the night, he quietly spread some of the iron on the road. The next morning, his garage really came to business. The wife thought their luck had improved, but Jack took one look at the tire and knew what was wrong. Soon he had the tire changed. The customer was generous enough to give him a tip. The couple were so happy. They ate more meat that day, but for the next few days, the shop was back to its old, empty self. After a day of watching from the front door, he saw a few cars go by and nothing happened. Jack was puzzled and went to the place where the iron had been spread. But while he was pretending to repair his bike, a big lorry passed by and bounced the iron sheets off the road. In order to stop living in poverty, Jack improved the iron sheet into a cone shape that night. After his wife fell asleep, he quietly spread the iron sheets on the road again. But just as Jack was about to finish spreading the iron, someone suddenly appeared behind him. Jack was relieved to see that it was his wife, but his wife was furious and thought his behavior was shameful. If he had caused a car accident, the consequences would have been disastrous. But Jack, having had a taste of his own medicine, wouldn't listen. He told his wife that there was a construction sign and that all the cars would be traveling at low speeds. A flat tire is no big deal. When he had money, he'd leave the countryside and go to the big city. With Jack's plans for a happy future, his wife gradually acquiesced to his behavior. To prevent car accidents, Jack put up a sign on the side of the road. In the following days, by constantly placing the iron, cars got flat tires all the time. The service station was always busy. There was even a queue. Lisa was reluctant at first and became very supportive. One day, a rich woman went to inspect a construction site and got a punctured tire and almost had an accident. Jack didn't want to fix the rich woman's car, so he deliberately raised the price of the repair so that the other party would back off. But to his surprise, the rich woman agreed. Even though she was ripped off, she wasn't too angry. On the contrary, she saw how hard Lisa worked, so she asked him how much he could sell one for. When she learned it was only a few cents apiece, the rich woman was incredulous and sympathetic at the same time. She bought a doll for 50 yuan and gave Lisa a day off. But the rich woman's gesture didn't move Lisa. She made him feel inferior. He was envious of the rich woman's designer bags. That night she suggested to her husband that he replace the iron sheets with nails on the road so that the tire blowout will be more efficient. The two of them hit it off right away. They used a drill to drill holes and drive nails into the road, and it was so much more efficient. Almost every 5 cars that passed had a flat tire. But that day, something big happened in town. A rich woman's daughter was kidnapped. The police asked if she had any enemies or if she'd offended anyone recently. The rich woman recalled that she had never offended anyone in her business. When she saw the doll she bought yesterday, she remembered something.